let's have this chat about entrepreneur mindset versus employee mindset. And we're out here. It is 5 o'clock. I had the apps on at home until I got a good order. And I got this one here, completely forgetting that there's $1 peak pay going on right now. So it's really a $7 order, but whatever, it's fine. And then I got an add-on to go to McDonald's right after. Wait.
I just realized.
I believe this is the first time that I get an order for one place and then I get an add-on that's McDonald's. I usually get, okay, you can get like a double at McDonald's or you can get like a single at McDonald's, but I've never received an order and then an add-on is McDonald's. I guess now it makes sense when they have that notice in the app saying if you have another order to pick up the McDonald's order after you pick up the other order, because I guess now they're doing like add-ons with McDonald's. I don't know. Have you ever had an add-on order that was a McDonald's? Like the first order was something and then the second order was McDonald's? Let me know, because I never seen it. And it was ready. Well, this was a first. Call customer and arrange drop-off. Okay, so I gotta call him. Oh.
They didn't answer, obviously.
Yeah, so take a picture, send it off, and let's see what it is. Well, it looks like Uber has taken over. I swear, Uber usually takes over. Once it starts, it just keeps going and going and going because they send you those orders right before you do the drop off of the other one. So first, I had the DoorDash order that came in, and that's to a regular customer that I've had many times before. The app is actually a little bit different. I was like, oh, okay, I'm liking this. Good job, DoorDash. But then when I went to contact her, she's not connected. Like, it's weird. Anyways, so I contacted her because the water was not in stock. So I got her one of the substitutions, dropped it off. By the way, if ever you have a delivery to do and it has like, she had the huge case of 24 cans of Coca-Cola, the DoorDash catering bag holds it. So what I did was I put the Coca-Cola at the bottom, I put the groceries on top, and then I held the 2 4-liter water with her bread in my hand. Went up the 2 flights of steps because she's on like the 3rd floor, whatever. Got that dropped off. Then I got this Uber order and I was like, oh, this is not bad. Granted, I declined quite a bit of orders before I left her parking lot. So as I was making my way to come and pick it up, I got this add-on and I'm like, yeah, $10? Of course I'm going to take this add-on. I was passing the second restaurant to go to the first. So I stopped in just to see if the order's ready. Usually I have to wait here, so I had a feeling it wasn't going to be ready. It was not ready. I think they didn't even see it. So it's a good thing that I stopped, because he's like, Uber? For who? Where? And he went, he checked. He's like, oh, sorry. Yeah, no, that's not ready. I'm like, okay, well, I have to go do another pickup, so I'll be back. He's like, yeah, give us like 10 minutes. So obviously they did not see this order. So I picked up the other customer and now I'm back and I'm waiting for the order to be ready. Goodness. Good thing I stopped by, because who knows how long I would have been waiting if they didn't see the order. Oh man, but Skip, not a ping, not a nothing. It's like if I don't even have a schedule, like nothing's happening with Skip right now. Let's go to Pizza Rosa. Hope it's ready. Not awkward at all. Meeting at the door for Uber order or the DoorDash pizza bag. Oh my God, it looks like someone ran into the daycare. That's insane. Do you guys remember when I was talking about a car that was like under snow? That's the car. I don't know if you can see. Let me turn in here so you can see this properly, because I need you to look at the damage on this car. So much damage. And there's things inside of the car. Like, that's insane. Well, I took this tiny order because I was like, it's paying me to come back home. I thought that I would have to wait. Granted, I did have to wait, but I didn't have to wait for the food to be ready. I had to wait for someone to come and serve me. The food was just sitting there the entire time. Oh my goodness, I hate when that happens. Like, I just feel like walking over and taking the food, but it's, you know, behind a counter and, oh yeah, you don't want to be that person. I took this order when I was leaving Poulet Rouge, and I was like, ooh, 9 something, like, what was it, 3 kilometers? I was like, this is good. Then I'm like, wait, that's 2 orders. I was like, oh man, but fine. Each restaurant, like the entire order took me not even 2 kilometers to do, because one restaurant is, let's say, here, the next one is in the same parking lot, like you can see them, and each customer, one lived here and one lived right across the street. So I was like, I could have walked all of this. Fine that it wasn't that much, but man, I wish it was a bit more than that. Let's have this chat about entrepreneur mindset versus employee mindset. Now, do you know the difference between the two? I'll give you a second to think about that. But do you know the difference between employee mindset and entrepreneur mindset, like business mindset? I'm going to weigh in on my opinion on it and how it applies to these gig apps. So an employee mindset, obviously, it's an employee. You go to work, you do your time, 9 to 5 or whatever the case might be. You have a supervisor or boss or whatever that you report to, and you're paid, and you have a performance review, and it goes up or it goes down or whatever the case might be, right? But you're not really the shot caller when it comes to your job. Like, you report to somebody, right? Flexibility, a lot of companies are getting a lot better at this, which I'm very happy to hear. Like, I was just listening to a podcast where they work 4 days a week and they don't really get micromanaged. It's here's what needs to be done. How you get it done is really up to you, but here's the result that I want at the end. So I know 100% that not all companies are the same. You're going to have some companies where you really feel like an employee. You don't have a say in anything. You're micromanaged, and that just sucks. You need to go somewhere else if you have that in this day and age. But then you also have those companies that understand that employees, they matter, right? Then you have the entrepreneur mindset where you own your own business. You know that, sometimes it might be a hustle, it might be a struggle, but then at the end of the day, you know that you're putting in the hard work to then get something better in the long run. You know that you decide what you're going to do when it comes to your business. You get to decide when you start, if you take a vacation day, if you take an extended holiday. Yes, there might be consequences. Like if you're a plumber and you decide that you're going to be off for the entire winter, you might be losing a lot of sales, because I'm sure a lot of people need plumbers in the wintertime, right? With pipes frozen and all that kind of stuff. But you still have the ability to do that. You can still do that. Now, what do you think these gig apps are? Do you feel like we're employees to the gig apps, or do you feel like we are our own boss? I personally feel like I'm my own boss. Yes, there are rules for me that I need to work by. So I need to take a picture if they want me to take a picture. I need to, with DoorDash, drop off the order within 10 minutes or pick it up within 10 minutes, or else I get a contract violation. But that's just like a lot of businesses out there where you have a code of conduct for society run in. Well, this is the code of conduct for the business. I signed the contract. I said, yes, I'm okay with these rules. Granted, nobody really reads the terms of service whenever we sign up for these apps. But there are things stipulated in these terms of service, and if you don't want to do it, then you just don't sign up for them, right? So I personally feel like we are an entrepreneur when we're doing this type of work. There have been times, like before today, I had it come out here in a while. I schedule myself. If I can't make it, I cancel the schedule. I delete the schedule. I start it and pause it until I can come out. So I have that flexibility of starting and stopping whenever I need to. Right now, I want to come home. I'm stopping my schedule. So on this part, I feel like a lot of people love the flexibility of the apps. But then there's also those down parts where, sometimes you're sitting down in your car waiting for an order to come in, but nothing's coming in. Those are the tough times. You don't control if a customer is going to tip you or not. But you can control whether you accept the order or not. That is 100% in your control. And that's where I feel a lot of people forget We don't have to accept all these orders. So I would love for you to chime in on what do you think these gig apps, if you feel like you're an employee or are you your own boss? And if you do feel like you're an employee, what makes you feel that way? And if you feel like your own boss, what makes you feel that way? And any questions that you might have around it. Because I feel like it's something that we need to start thinking about more and more. Because I hear a lot of the comments that are out there about, oh, I gotta take this order, or I gotta do this, or why doesn't the company do that? That's very employee-like. Why doesn't the company do that? Oh, let's strike. What are we striking for, guys? Like, what exactly do we think that that's gonna bring? Like, these are the things where I'm like, okay, I feel like we need to talk about the fact that we are our own bosses more often and what we can do whenever a situation that we're faced with is not ideal for us. I've been out here for 4.5 hours and I want to see how much I made because I'm getting hungry. I still have a workout to do and I just want to go home. It's 9:30 now and I started at 5. So let's tally everything up. I'll show it to you here with the Gigit app. Personally speaking, I only sat twice. Yes, I only sat twice and waited for orders. Other than that, it was order after order after order. So I think I stayed busy. It was just a matter of were these good orders or not. I know these last two weren't that great, but you never know. Maybe someone might increase their tip. Fingers crossed, hopefully.